It's 9 p.m. Good evening. Little knee update. Today it's been feeling a lot better. It's funny. It's still warm though. That's kind of strange. It's got like a warm. Yeah, it's like this knee's not warm, but that knee where it's had the trauma, there's definitely warmth in there. It's kind of weird. That's a little update on the knee issue. But I do have a question. If anyone knows, so I live stream every day, and sometimes the streams are 3 hours, sometimes they're 4 hours. Man, we've even done 5 to 6 hour streams. Every day I stream through OBS. Every day it's the same setup. Every day it's the same inputs. Everything is exactly the same. And I've been doing this now for about a year and a half. Sometimes, for no conceivable reason, OBS will just suck the CPU process. So today I looked in Activity Monitor and the CPU was being consumed by 480%, all by OBS. Now, OBS reports that as a CPU usage of about, I think it was up to about 57, 58%. It normally, in the bottom of OBS, it normally sits at about 25 to 30%. And that's all fine. When it gets to anywhere between, say, 45 upward, and I've seen 70% in OBS, what I find happening is if I start triggering like my own overlays, like the alert overlays, the ones I've created, not the Tidy Labs ones, the ones that I've made with like it's basically a movie overlay. It's a media source overlay with opacity, which I've created to come over the top of the screen. Now, they run fine normally. Like I said, I've been doing this for like a year and a half with no dramas or intermittent dramas. But every, say, and it happened tonight, this is why I'm talking about it now, it happened tonight on the stream. It's like you'll just look down and there'll be like 60% CPU usage. And then any of those overlays will be like really jerky and choppy. Whereas normally they just run fine, right? And by the way, sorry, it's not a 1080p movie file. It's a 720p movie file, which I've overlaid and then dragged the handle out to make the 1080p canvas. So it's a small, what I'm saying is it's a small movie file. And I'm just wondering, I guess the long way around this, or the worded, the wrong way, I've gone about this the wrong way. I should have just said, does anybody know why OBS would suddenly trigger the CPU usage when everything is the same on every single stream and it doesn't do it normally? There was one other thing I was going to touch on. I initially thought it might have been airflow in the MacBook Pro not getting enough air into, and therefore it's throttling. So I always put my MacBook Pro on top of, I put it on top of a video cassette because it's nice, it's about that high, and then it just sits with complete airflow all around it. So it's not that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. By the way, I'm watching Seinfeld for a rerun. I haven't seen Seinfeld in years. I'm watching season 1. I watched episode 1 this morning. I'm going to watch episode 2. But yeah, if you do happen to know why OBS would suddenly start to get intensive CPU usage on a Mac, let me know, because it's kind of weird. I know that my stream tomorrow will be fine. It won't do it tomorrow. It'll be perfect. And then another month will go by, and then all of a sudden, it'll just start sketching out. So, very strange. Very, very strange. I know OBS on the Mac is not the greatest thing to start with, and it's meant for a PC, but